Good morning, friends, and how is everybody this morning? Oh my goodness, I have had nutty days. I can't even explain it. First off, my toilet started acting up, and I kept harping at my hubby, you gotta fix a toilet, you gotta fix a toilet. Well, you'd flush it and it would just twirl around. Like, la da 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 da, we're not going nowhere. And I thought, oh man, we can't have this middle of the winter, if something's wrong with our septic. Who's going to want to come out here and dig it up with, snow up to your neck? So I thought, oh gosh, I got to figure it out. We got to figure out what's wrong with it. Well, the one day I decided to punch it in and see what would happen. I Googled, my water in my toilet just twirls around but won't flush. All this information come back, and the most of the information was something called a jet siphon. It says, oh, it could be clogged. It's the hole that's in front of the toilet. You gotta clean that out because that gets packed with mineral deposits and it won't allow your toilet to flush. And I thought, well, hell, I'll give it a try. I'll see what it does. If I can't, I'll just keep harping at the hubby to fix it. So anyway, I put on my gloves, got all the water out of the bowl, and I put my finger down in that little hole that's in front of it, and it was so clogged I couldn't hardly get my finger in there. So I got a little instrument and I started scraping that away. And I cleaned out that jet siphon, and my toilet, you can't stand near it now because it'll suck you down with it. It flushes beautifully. Problem solved. Okay, I fixed that. And I was so proud that I fixed the toilet. And my husband, he's like, well, now I feel like an idiot. I said, I got one on ya. I got the toilet fixed. Oh, man, I can do quite a bit of stuff. So anyway, while I'm bragging, the next day I'm thinking, I gotta wash the inside of my windows because they're looking pretty rough. So I washed the windows in the dining room and my living room because they get, the little girls get their fingerprints all over the windows. Well, the one window is above my couch. Yeah, my couch sits here and there's two windows above it. And my windows in my house, friends, are probably from the 40s. They're old. Well, I was cleaning them windows and just to washing all the prints off of them. Well, I'm standing on my couch, mind you, and I'm cleaning this window, and all of a sudden, the window literally fell right out of the wall. I stood back, almost had a stroke. I'm thinking, oh no, because I watched it. It was like slow motion. Here goes the window falling out, and I thought, oh, it's just going to shatter because it's just single pane windows. I mean, they're very old. I thought, oh no, it's just going to shatter and this is going to be just a nightmare, right? Nope. It fell down, bounced up, and flopped over and landed on my freezer and never broke or cracked or nothing. Just like, I couldn't believe it. I stood there in disbelief. But in the meantime, after I realized the window didn't break and I'm looking at the hole in the window and I'm thinking, lovely. So, I can't fix this one by myself. But anyway, it made me feel like that old grandpa from Hee-Haw washing the window that's not there. My window was laying on my freezer. So I went out to the freezer, washed the window, flipped it over, washed the other side, and then when my hubby come home, we secured it back into the wall. It's like he had such a hard time getting that window back in. He kept looking at me like, how did this fall out of the wall? I can't get it back in there because the little strippings on the side of the frame, window frame, are still on there. I said, don't ask me. I have no clue. All I know is I was washing it and it fell out of the wall. He almost didn't believe me and he was laughing at me. Anyway, so that's all done. The window's all fixed. Oh my God, that was just a riot. I couldn't believe it. I thought for sure it was just going to shatter and just be a disaster, and I'd have to move that freezer and clean everything up because my little grandkids, you go out in my sun porch, and my freezer and my shelves are on the right-hand side of the sun porch. On the left-hand side, it's their toy box and all their little goodies that they like to play with when they come to Nana's. So all I could think of was, oh my God, you always miss glass. You know, no matter how many times you clean up broken glass, there always seems to be a shard or two left behind that you always get in your foot. And all I could think of was those little my grandbabies were going to get that in their feet. But it didn't break. By the grace of God, it didn't break. Anyway, so with that, that was something. So the toilet's fixed. Thank you. And the window is now back in the wall where it belongs. And I did a couple videos. I had the grandbabies here yesterday, so we made the hot mess cookies. And that's fun. You know, those cookies don't even have a name. I just make cookie dough up, and I put whatever the heck I feel like putting in them on that day. And I just call them hot mess cookies because it's whatever it is. And my grandkids have always loved them. My kids loved them when they were little. I'd make them all different, you know, all different. Sometimes I'd put everything but the kitchen sink in them. But anyway, so we made some hot mess cookies, and they loved them, like always. And we had a little, you know, if you watch the video, you'll see we had fun. They're always so fun. And today, yesterday they were here most of the day because school was closed because the back roads were all icy. And today the little girls went to school, but Sadie goes to a different school. So her school was closed. So she'll be coming here today about 9:30, 10 o'clock and spend another day with Nana. So I think we're going to bake I think we're going to make a lemon meringue pie. I had a request when I bought my, when I did my last grocery haul, I got the boxes of lemon pudding, cook and serve. And I said, this is what I use when I make a lazy man lemon meringue pie. So that's what I'm going to make today. I do have a video of a homemade lemon meringue pie with no wheat meringue. But this time I'm just going to show you an easy way to cheat and quick. And they'll taste like, it tastes homemade. It's fantastic. So we're going to do that. Plus I'm going to do, I'm going to make shepherd's pie for dinner. And I'm also going to, do a video on that because I'm also going to make some extra for the freezer for another meal. So like I always do when I do stuff like that. You know, casseroles and that. I'll always make an extra one or two to go in the freezer. So I'm going to do a video on that today too. And hang out with my grandbaby, and we're not going to go anywhere because I haven't been out of the house in days except for last night. I had to go, we went to the village meeting. We went out. That's probably the first time I've been out in almost a week since I went on my grocery shopping haul. And but we had to go down and we went to the village meeting because now in Michigan, they legalized marijuana and it's been legal for medical for what? Maybe about 9 years, maybe not quite. Anyway, they just legalized it for recreational use. So they were having a big meeting to see. Our village decided they were going to opt out of it. They weren't going to have any ordinance or anything for marijuana growers or distributors or, you know, the distribution sites anywhere in the village. They didn't want no part of it. Well, apparently there's going to be extra tax somehow, without getting into the whole story. They decided, or they found out, they were enlightened, that they could get revenue. They could generate revenue from any growers that come in within the village limits and, you know, grow, have their business, and licensed, of course, but they could generate revenue from that. So now they're changing their mind because they found out if they opt out of it, these people can come in, and because it's state licensed, they can come in and they can, you know, put their marijuana facilities pretty much anywhere they want, and the village wouldn't be able to do anything about it, nor would they have any revenue from it. So they decided to opt in, I guess, which is okay. Doesn't bother me at all, one way or the other. I'm not a marijuana user, but it's legal. Can't do nothing about it. People use it for medicinal purposes. Doesn't bother me. So anyway, that's the only thing that I did as I went out for that meeting, just to see what was going to happen, you know. And that was kind of interesting. But that was it. We come back home, and I've been home and putzing, and today I've got some rice that I took out of the freezer, and I freeze my rice just like I do my mashed potatoes, you know. But I ran out of my minute rice. I make my own minute rice. I'll show you. It's right here. I make my own minute rice, and all minute rice is cooked and dehydrated long grain rice. That's it. Just cooked and dehydrated. So I make my own. Well, I'm running low on that, so I took what I had in the freezer and I'm thawing it out, and I'm going to dehydrate it and replenish my minute rice. I do got a video on that for those of you that might be interested in doing something like that, because it's very easy and it makes, you know, putting your meal together simple. So not much going on otherwise. I've had a couple interesting days with the window in the toilet, and the weather is crazy. I mean, it's cold out. It's very, very cold, but there's not much snow at all. It's mostly ice. It's rained we've had drizzle for a few days now, on and off, so I haven't gone for walks at all because I don't want to get all wet, and then you do freeze to death. So I haven't gone on any of my morning walks in probably about 4 days now. So I'm hoping that, and it's been real windy in the morning. Usually when it's dark out, it's not windy, it's pretty calm. So it makes it nice. Even if it's cold, at least it's not blowing on you. So it's bearable. It makes walking nice. But it's been real windy the last few mornings, and no, that wind will blow right through you. So I don't go out in that. I find extra stuff to do. And I went down in my basement, oh gosh, a couple days ago when I was down there doing my laundry, and we got a nice big full-size basement under our house, and but we got 2 windows, and the cold air was just, usually this time of year, before I even go there, I'll tell you, we get so much snow that I'll go outside, my husband and I will go out and we'll bank the snow up against the house. It's like insulation, so that way it really does make a difference. It keeps our floor in our house a lot warmer. Well, when I was down there doing laundry, I thought, gosh, it seems awfully, awfully cold down here, more so than normal. Well, it's because we don't have any snow to bank up against the house, first off. Secondly, without the snow against the house, the cold air was pouring in our one window on the north side. And I thought, oh my goodness, we can't have that. So I just took a big plastic bag and I sealed off that window with some plastic bag and some cardboard, and it really made a big difference. But it's like, oh, I hope that we're supposed to have a mild winter, but I hope that we get enough snow that I can go out there and cover in those windows. And it doesn't break them, because, I mean, you know, you be careful, but yeah, works nice. When you bank up snow around your house, the bottom of your house, it acts like an insulation, and it makes it nice. It keeps the warmth in. So, but I just used my washer, and I was downstairs because I save money. I don't use my dryer. Very, very seldom do I use my dryer. Very seldom. I used my dryer the other day because my husband come home and he was all full of oil smell, you know, from it just permeated all his clothes. So he had to have those same clothes for the next morning because he was going to be doing the job again, the same job. So I hurried up and got his clothes washed. I did throw those in a dryer. Otherwise, I've got an old-fashioned drying rack. And with just my husband and I might do a load of laundry every 4 or 5 days. I don't do a whole lot of laundry because I've got a double load washer first off, and I wait, because I do save money. I wash everything in cold water, and I wait until I have a completely full load. And then I hang it outside in the summertime. I hang everything outside in the summertime. And I use my drying rack. I just set it up in my living room, and it's right in front of my heat vent, my heat duct. So the heat acts as a dual purpose. It dries my clothes and it heats the house. And then some of the things like my shirts, I'll hang on hangers and I'll put them in my bathroom because I got a heat duct in there too, and it dries them within an hour. They're dry. So it saves money. I mean, you save a lot of money. You wouldn't think so, but you know, your dryer can cost anywhere from 35 to, depending on how old it is, probably 50 cents a load to dry. So add that up if you're a family that does, you know, a load of laundry every day. That adds up. So I just save a little extra here and a little extra there where I can save it. Anyway, so that's what I was doing, and I discovered all that cold air blowing in, and I sealed that off, so that cured that problem. But that's it. I'm going to go because my daughter's going to be coming, or my granddaughter's going to be coming pretty soon, and I got to get to check my rice. You know what? I'm going to bring you through here and show you the window. I'll show it to you. Hold on. I'm going to cover the camera. Okay, friends. We're going through my kitchen, and there is my rice that I'm going to dehydrate. It's thawing out. It's going to be good. All right. Hi, Lexi.
Hi.
Oh, and I'm dehydrating oranges too. See the oranges on my dehydrator? I'm going to dehydrate oranges too. All right, my living room. There's my couch. That window right there, up there at the top part of it, it's a two-piece window. I was washing that, and it fell right out of the wall, went straight down, bounced up, flipped around, and landed right there on top of my freezer. Really, truly, that was a riot. I thought for sure it was going to break. Anyway, so that's it, friends. My granddaughter's here now, so I got to go, and we're going to get busy and make our shepherd pies for dinner and for the freezer, and make our lemon meringue pie. Alrighty, friends, that was fun. A nice little chit chat. I gave you a little tour of my house, showed you the rice I'm dehydrating. My granddaughter is now here, so I need to go and get stuff done. Spend some time with her. So thanks for chatting. And you know what? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day.